Arena. Plenty of entertainment anywhere you go here in Uncasville. The entertainment of choice tonight, fisticuffs. 2 10-rounders set to come your way. We start off, you know, it's a global sport, but to make your name, you gotta come stateside, and that's what our first 2 fighters have done. London's Ashley Theophane and the French-born Ali Oubaali meet up in a 10-round junior welterweight class.
Oubaali going to the body, 90 out of 124 body shots so far. As you see the punch track numbers there in real time, landing 73%, but a big difference landing similar percentages when you're throwing 127. This is round 5. Teddy's scorecard has it a clean sweep so far for the 30-year-old Ali Oubaali. French-born and raised, currently trains and fights out of Brooklyn. Has won 5 straight.
Even though it's a sweep so far, at least on my scorecard, for the more aggressive, more compact, and the body punching Oubaali, there's plenty of opportunities for Theophane. Don't go away yet. I think there's plenty of opportunities because Oubaali leaves himself open as he comes in. If Theophane punches as Oubaali comes in, he can strike gold.
Seems like he's settling into that role just a little more here in round 5.
Just look at the opportunity. Oubaali, the shorter man, he served well with those short arms when he gets in close, but on the way in, there's some danger. There's space, and when there's space, there's about 3 feet where Theophane can do what he just did. Nail him.
3-punch combination. He finished it with a left hook to the body and then tries to chase him down with one again.
You know that game you used to play when you're a kid? Who goes first? Theophane, because of his physicality as far as being a little longer, a little taller, he can go first if he wants to, and he's doing it right here. He can catch Oubaali before Oubaali can get into his place to catch him.
Short right hand from Oubaali.
Oubaali's starting to wear down Theophane with those body shots and the pressure. Pressure breaks pipes in houses. Pressure breaks fighters.
Lead right hand and then a left hand to the body from Theophane. More aggressive than we've seen him in the previous rounds. Goes to the body again.
See, the long arms of Theophane can serve him on the outside, but inside those long arms, he doesn't get the elbows in. And that's why there's so many clean shots by Oubaali downstairs.
More of the same from Oubaali in what was the most productive round so far from Theophane.
Here's an example what I was talking about the last round. Theophane having a chance to catch Oubaali on the outside before the shorter Oubaali can get inside.
Joe and Teddy with you ringside for our co-feature fight. Round 6 scheduled for 10. Ali Oubaali in the French and Moroccan colored trunks taking on Ashley Theophane, making his U.S. debut. Both fighters on a win streak. Oubaali has won 5 straight. Theophane 4 straight by TKO. Still to come a little later on tonight, Troy Browning, who is 41 years old and has a 20-0-1 record and a probable comeback after a retirement. He takes on Delvin Rodriguez, who just a year ago was one of the real hot prospects. That is being scored a knockdown. So there it is.
7, 8. Connected with the punch.
Ashley Theophane scores the knockdown here in round 6. Maybe the spark that he needed, confidence builder, to settle down, be a touch more aggressive. Gave away the first 4 rounds on Teddy's scorecard before having his most productive round in that last round, the 5th. And here scores a knockdown early on against Oubaali. whose pressure continues.
I don't know how clean a knockdown it was. He may have been a little bit off balance. We'll see it at the end of the round. But what I do know is what I was mentioning early. This fight's not over. Theophane has opportunities to catch Oubaali on the way in. And he's doing it.
Pushes off with the shoulder there. And Theophane gives him the warning.
Some of this fight comes down to pure old simple physics as the mouthpiece of Theophane goes out. The referee's going to wait for a low in the action to replace it. But just plain old physics, Theophane, again, when he has separation, he can catch Oubaali on the way in. He's taller, he's longer.
Oubaali scored with a right hand moments ago. And they will replace the mouthpiece.
Keep that mouthpiece in. Keep it in.
As Lou Fusco takes his time and putting it back into the mouth of Ashley Theophane. Fusco will be in the corner of Delvin Rodriguez coming up in our main event.
You know, Theophane, we said it at the beginning, he may have fought a lot of soft competition, but one thing that's not soft about Theophane, it's his heart. He's taken a lot of body shots, and he's still here fighting back.
Knockdown when we come back, we'll see it.
Just look at that body language. That looks like a guy in Theophane who's really worn down, grasping for air and walking back to that corner in a tough sort of walk. And here's the knockdown. And you can see right there, punches, again, but not landing clean. The right hand missing, the left hook on the shoulder. And we took...
Theophane now just for a moment trying to stand his ground. But the pressure of Oubaali continues. You see blood coming from the mouth of Theophane.
Every time there's a gap, you see the opportunity for Theophane to fill those holes. Right there. Every time there's a gap. But then the problem is Oubaali. Problem for Theophane is Oubaali closes that gap quickly.
Short left hook. That was a solid left hook. The second one really got to him. Good score by Oubaali there.
And another good left hook. Theophane is hurt, but he's moving his head, trying to survive, knowing that the shots are going to go upstairs. That's why Oubaali, when he hurts Theophane, should go downstairs.
His two losses were decision losses in his career. He's never been stopped. But this is where the test really happens. You talk about the limited competition you face throughout. Now you get a taste of this.
You know, when a guy gets hurt, he's going to move his head to try to survive.
He's holding on to that top rope.
But what doesn't move is the body. And if Oubaali goes to that body...
See if he can survive these last few seconds. There's another left hook right on the kisser that was. Big right hand sweeping across from Oubaali. Heck of a round from Ali Oubaali.
Tell me how you feel. Do you want to go on?
What's up, guys?
You want to continue?
Yes.
All right, put your arms down, then. Put your arms down. Nice deep breath. You got to show us something this round, or else I'm going to stop the fight. Okay?
Taking the words out of my
I
mouth.
know you're fighting.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Fighting
Hey,
with a lot of heart.
gassed out there, okay? Let's show us something.
So you heard Lou Fusco say, do you want to go on? Theophane says yes. A look back at the action from round 7, best round of the fight for Oubaali.
Take a look right here. He drives him back, and he uses the jab to drive him back, which keeps the pot shotting away for Theophane. And Oubaali is able to get into the quarters he likes, in close, where he can work that left hook right there. And later the right hand.
Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas ringside at Mohegan Sun, where Ali Oubaali has been coming after Ashley Theophane with a pressuring attack all night long. Scheduled for 10. We'll see if Theophane can survive it.
Either way, Oubaali's getting to where he wants to go, which is close to Theophane. But when he does it behind the jab, he doesn't take incoming missiles on the way in. But when he does it without a jab, then he gets caught on the way in.
Let's go.
I believe a flying mouthpiece just hit me in the head.
He's all right. He's all right.
Move your head. Duck, weave, slip.
No. Corner set the end.
Send me the end of the round. No, the end of the round. The end of the round.
Put the thing in her. Let's go.
Tony Alessi, the ringside physician.
Let's go.
Let's see this mouthpiece. And let's see the top of my noggin. Yeah, trust me, it hit me. Teddy's scorecard here. 10-8, 7th round for Oubaali. Theophane was hurt badly. That after he scored a knockdown in the 6th round. With Oubaali in complete control.
Again, every once in a while when there's a gap, give Theophane a lot of credit. Plenty of heart with all the punishment he's taken upstairs and downstairs. When there's a gap, he's still able to get them in on the shorter Oubaali. And part of that is because Oubaali, when he closes that gap, just walks in without a jab. In other words, he does not give Theophane anything to be defensive about. And there it is again. Good example of it right there. No jab. And you see offense from Theophane. You know, it's not easy to take headshots, Joe, in this business, but sometimes it's even harder to take body shots. They linger. They stay with you. I can't say enough how much heart Theophane has to absorb the body shots that he's absorbed and still be in here competing. Yeah, it's a one-sided fight. A lot of punishment taken by Theophane, but the lights are not out. Just watch. Every time there's a gap, that man Theophane has chances to score.
Coming to the end of round number 8. Been a long night for Ashley Theophane. Lands a right hand there. Closes out the 8th round. Just the start of the big...
You always have to look for something to take advantage of. Here's something. Oubaali this round decided to bounce a little bit on his toes. Watch when there's separation. He just paid for bouncing that moment there, Joe, and he paid again. Watch when he bounces. When he's bouncing, he's not set to come forward. Right there. He's not set to punch. He's not set to move forward. And that's a good opportunity for Theophane to get off. If I was in the corner of Theophane, I'd say, you see Oubaali bouncing, you punch.
Anything to give himself a little bit of hope at this point. Does so with a right hand. There's that bounce from Oubaali. It's another right hand from Theophane. 6 unanswered punches here all of a sudden at the end of round 9.
I told you the lights are not out. There's opportunities for Theophane.
Who knows? See what happens. 3 minutes to go here at Mohegan Sun.